Okay, YouTubers, this is the Off-Grid Amateur. I'm just doing a short video here. Going to do a walkthrough tour of a cabin that's very similar to mine in size and layout. There are some differences and there are some price differences in this. It could be influenced by the increased price in lumber lately, but just coming in right here. Let's zoom out just a little bit. There it is. And going through the front entry door, inside you'll see the living room. They've got this set up like a model home. Close the door. Ceiling fan. This is the permachink logs. This is the difference in the layout between mine and theirs. I don't have this additional space, this additional bedroom out kicking off of the back, but you could certainly do that in your own tiny house if you wanted to make something like this a tiny house. Mine comes in at roughly 380 square feet, so this probably adds about another 100, so this keeps it under 500 square feet. You know, and it's, as you can see, that the finish on these, I opted for the cedar, and it looks like these are either walnut or they're stained. It's most likely stained to look like walnut, and maybe that affects the price a little bit. But walking through, you can see this is the bathroom and the shower. And as I said, mine's a little bit different. You can check my other videos. You can see how my toilet is set up. They've got this with a conventional flush toilet, regular vanity sink, and like mine, a stand-up shower. I've got cabinet doors down here, not drawers. And it does have the barn slider door for the bedroom. This is where my refrigerator would be. And the layout's a little bit reversed than what I have. I actually reversed mine so the living room is on the right when you walk in, not the left. And you've seen the videos of my kitchen sink for some of my other content, but this is basically a similar countertop to what I have, and a skylight over top of the kitchen. Going into the bedroom here, you'll see this little area here with the bench and the utility closet and a storage. I opted not to have these things built in mine, but that's just because I wasn't sure if the layout would be correct. And also, I've only got the one window. I opted for no window on the side that faces the street to help keep things quiet. And I do have a window in the end wall over here rather than over against the side, so I can generate ventilation from the north side of my house to the south side of my house through the entire length of the house. This window in the back, great view to wake up to the bird feeders in the morning. You've seen that in my other videos. We do have this utility closet here. Mine's a little bit narrower. That's where my water batch heater for my shower is located. Door's a little bit narrower. And just like my house, this model has the pocket door. Goes into the wall. When you're living in a tiny house, that's very important. This one needs work. It's not exactly running smooth. Mine is actually very, very smooth. Fixtures are a little bit different, but as you can see, it's a beautiful house. When you live in something like this, you don't cover up this finish. It's got a lot of character, and the logs themselves and the permachink design is actually very effective and maintenance-free. I know that I've said before, I don't like that word maintenance-free, but they're designed to not require a re-chinking over the years. Everything's going to require maintenance, but that's one aspect that I won't. So let's take a look at what this says as far as features. And as you can see, $59,365 with a base price of $20,357. And I'm not sure where that comes in because mine was more around $35,000. Of course, there are some things that I did myself. I didn't have the toilet. I didn't have the vanity. Certainly didn't have this additional room, this child's bunk bed area, you know, which what kid wouldn't want to live in this space, you know. And a very large closet. You can turn that into just about anything you want. Playroom, put a toddler bed in there, whatever. I know it'll be like a little camp out, hideout, but if you did that, you definitely want to have ventilation. And And these fans, these are great fans, but I think they're a little oversized for this space. A conventional size fan is a bit much. Ours are 32 and 30 inches in diameter, and they are to scale. Some of these fixtures, I think that when they do these models, they go with these big ones, and it's a little overwhelming. But for me personally, I don't like the large ones. We made a choice to go with the smaller ones. This is the manufacturer. There's a picture of the manufacturer's brochure. And again, I bought mine 2 years ago, and I think the lumber prices were a little bit less expensive. Okay, and maybe it was that could be a factor in the price. Certainly the kick out, the additional space for the child's room, but I think that 4 people could live in this space very comfortably, very cozy, maybe even 5, depending on the gender of your children. And mom and dad could have their own space back there. And it would be very, very comfortable and cozy and less than what appears to be 500 square feet. You can live in a tiny space. I can tell you this, that when you live in a tiny space, you definitely, you can't let arguments or disagreements go for very long, because there's really no place for you to go hide and simmer and brew and let it fester for a while. So, take a look at this bathroom. All these cabinets look like they're custom built. Most of the plumbing is included, so depending on the extent of the mechanicals that you opt for, that's going to impact your price. They don't have the ceiling fan light installed, but up inside this space right here, I feel fairly certain that that's for a water heater. I don't have the water heater in mine, as you've seen in my other video. I batch heat our waters and for our showers, and we don't have hot water for any other purpose other than a shower. So my water consumption is very, very limited. But this is a very beautiful home on the inside and very cozy. And just imagine a fireplace. Check out this window here. You would have to run the fireplace vent probably above this window above that window right there, in order to have a fireplace centrally located in the middle of the room, unless you opted for a floor that maybe had a radiant heat and an outdoor boiler, or maybe you're just going to use electric heat. A space like this doesn't require much. Obviously these things probably don't come with it, the furnishings. We did get a table with ours, and I'll get one more closer look at what this particular thing includes. And as you can see, this doorway has a very small window, and from my other videos you see we have that custom leaded glass in ours. So I don't believe there's any power in this space. Oh, look at that. They do have power in this space, so that's lighting it up a little better. They've got at least a little bit of electricity connected to it. Let's turn on some other lights, get a better look at this place. And with the power turned on, fans running, you get a much better look at how that really adds a soft, warm glow, the color of the wood. Super, super cozy. This is a built-in platform with drawers. They've got this little catch here, but very, very large and very, very deep drawers for storing your clothing if you need that additional space. And these are just on rollers. They're not on guides. They just have wheels. And you just push them back in, and then once they get all the way in, then you can square them up. And obviously this stand isn't going to work too well for a pull-out drawer for this nightstand, but layout, choosing the right furniture. Instead of having one that's on legs, you could have one that's a shelf on the wall. And that would serve as your nightstand, and then allow you to pull that other drawer all the way out. Plenty of storage above. When you live tiny, you got to go vertical. With your storage, you want to have spaces up high to put all of your belongings. And anyway, if anybody has any comments on this, feel free to Leave them in the comment section. Let's go ahead and turn this light on right here. Oh yeah, yeah. So sitting in this space on a sofa, you know, you got a TV. Our TV is mounted over there above the table, and we've got that in a perfect spot for us to sit over here and watch it. And it's not a huge TV, but we don't really spend a lot of time watching TV. But it is, you can see, it's gorgeous. Inside, this one has drawers. These are all custom built drawers just for this purpose, and ours has cabinet doors. You know, I wanted to maximize space. Drawers aren't really very efficient for creating storage space. You know, pretty basic plumbing. They're using that polyethylene cross-link tubing. It's called PEX, and these are crimped-on fittings. It's worked out pretty good in mine, and all of my drainage runs directly out the bottom of the cabin with indirect drainage into my gray water tank, which I've done another video on for you guys to check out. Either way, I would like to say goodbye. This is a beautifully appointed cabin. The price is a bit much, but for what I needed, I wanted something that was completely portable and didn't require any assembly on site. Just set it on my concrete pad and drive off. The additional room over here would be transported separately because they build these in a shop. This thing is built in a shop somewhere, and they transport these two components separately, and they would set them on your foundation. As you can see, these are the round exterior logs that would normally be on the outside of the home. You know, and the color is clear coat versus a stain out this window here. And the children are far away from where mom and dad would be. You know, it's kind of echoing here just because of the fact that it's there's no furnishings to speak of, just a big empty space. But I'd say this comes in around 500 square feet. These things I'm sure they build or have access to reclaimed barn wood to make it really, really nice. The ladder, yeah, it's got a catch on it, so it drapes over this edge. If you do get something like this, there we go, that's locked in. If you do get something like this, I'd have them at least make these flat down here on this portion, because if they're not flat and you're standing on them round and bare feet, because you're going up to bed, you know, walking up a ladder that has round or small rungs just is torturous on your feet. So have them do something a little bit broader and has a flat step. It's easier on your feet. Okay, yeah, there's the fan running in this room, you know. So with these fans running, the windows open, this place is very well ventilated, and in a small space, it's really important to keep it ventilated, and it's very difficult to keep a house cool in the summertime. Super easy in the warm, to keep it warm in the wintertime, but to keep it cool in the summer, that's a challenge, okay? So I've said enough about this. You've seen everything there is to see in this model, and you all have a great day. Just thought I'd share a little bit.